Gallery is featuring a new exhibit, Reflections of the Other. On display is the work of a very talented man here in East Tennessee who captures the beauty of the Jewish faith through art.
When I first started, I made in clay a line of everything you need to be Jewish. If you practice Judaism, you need a lot of stuff.
Passover plates, candle holders, spice boxes, menorahs are just some of the traditional Jewish pieces Arnold Schwarzbart has created in his nearly 30 years as a Judaic artist. A former architect, Arnold was inspired to create Judaica after reconnecting with his heritage a number of years ago.
My parents were Polish. They escaped the Germans by going into Russia, and I was born in Russia. After the war, they came out of Russia and went to Vienna, Austria.
In the 1950s, a family member who was living in the States sponsored them to come to Knoxville. Arnold was 9 years old when he learned to speak English.
I grew up in a really totally non-traditional house. My mother made a great baked ham, which not so Jewish.
Arnold didn't grow up in an observant home, but as an adult, he found his way back to his Jewish heritage.
Eventually, I sort of got back to my roots, became very interested. As an architect and a designer, I became very interested in the objects of the tradition because they go back a very long way.
After years of making functional Judaic art pieces, Arnold began creating arcs and donor walls, more upscale pieces for synagogues all over the country. His work is even displayed in a number of galleries, including UT's Downtown Gallery on Gay Street. This is one of his most popular pieces. It is used to count 49 days from Passover.
It commemorates the giving of the law at Sinai, and so we have 49 days to emotionally prepare oneself to be worth giving the law to again.
One of Arnold's most moving pieces is this sculpture, his most recent work.
So many people died in the ovens, during World War II, that piece is a man standing at prayer with a prayer shawl over his head, which would commonly be done.
The man is standing over a shinder, or lectern, which would hold the prayer book. But if you look closely,
there's no one inside the prayer shawl because they're now ashes.
While the sculpture may reflect back to painful memories of the Holocaust, this piece is unique to Arnold's collection.
You can get swallowed up in this kind of, regrets and anger about the past. That's not good. On the other hand, I also felt like I had to recognize it to some degree.
After all, the history of Judaism has molded his life and, in turn, his art.
Very neat. And you can see Arnold's pieces on display at the UT Downtown Gallery through August 16th. He also has a website, and there's a link on the Live at 5 page of WBIR.com. See that, Steen?